Hello, everybody. Welcome to our team call. We have Brenda Martin's team here, Team Fire. Hi, guys. And we have Guts and Grace, which is my team. And then we have Joanna Slavin's team, I think, was also invited to this call. So we might have more people popping on here. Happy Tuesday night. We're going to get right into it because the three people sharing tonight, they are raring to go. We're going to start out with the health testimonial. Let's flood our own belief all over again that these products work and people need what we have. So Gold Reba Sanborn, you want to take it away? Unmute yourself, please. Thank you, friend.
All right. My name's Reba, and I have 2 young adults and 4 kids at home that we homeschool. And actually, tonight's story is not my story. It's my son's, my college-age son. And I did get permission from him to share before coming on tonight. So I wanted to highlight, and I only have 1 bottle, but I wanted to highlight Edge and MetaBurn tonight. They're actually 2 products that I don't use for myself. So that's kind of a part of this story. This summer, I'm going to give a little backstory. This summer, my son was home from college. His first year of college was actually really a struggle. We kind of knew going into it that he would probably need some accommodations or something, but when we were in the midst of moving before his first year of college, and our doctor's office wasn't doing that great on the in the area that we were in. We hadn't established care where we were moving, and so it just was in the too hard box before he went to his first year. But that first year was a major struggle. So he got home and we knew we had a couple things that needed to be knocked out. He had a class that he needed to do online. He went ahead and scheduled himself for an appointment to go to a doctor in our area and basically get a diagnosis. And we knew that we were most likely not going to do all the medications necessarily, but the diagnosis was what he needed to go back to school and get the accommodations that he needed. And then while he was there, he got blood work and, regular checkup done, all that stuff. Anyway, fast forward to June, I was at convention and his blood work came in and his liver enzymes were elevated, which wasn't very good. We weren't too happy about that. And then I was having a conversation with a couple at convention, and I was describing some of the ways that he struggled with focus. And we were talking about how I had tried the Edge for him in high school, and that had worked some. And then I tried to layer on Active and see if Edge and Active together would be great. And so for me, when I use Active, it helps. If I have any brain fog, it helps lift it. If I have a headache, it helps it go away. I have clearer thinking. But that was not the case for him. When he uses Active, it makes him feel fuzzy. It makes him feel like he has tunnel vision. And I paid attention to that because I know that we are all wired differently. And so something that works for me may not work for everyone. So I paid attention to that for him. It wasn't the right product for his body. So I was still trying to figure out what needed to be combined with Edge to give him the focus that he needed. So anyway, in conversation, what came up was that Edge and MetaBurn were a really good combination for focus for this gentleman that I was talking to. And I kind of logged that in my brain and got back from convention and started figuring out, first we had to figure out what in his protocol was causing the liver enzymes to go up. We had been using some supplements from our naturopathic doctor in Texas, and one was an intestinal cleanse that probably was not intended for as long term as he had been using it. And so when I looked through the ingredients carefully, there was one in there that can cause elevated liver enzymes with long-term use. So we cut that one out immediately. And then in further research, I was looking for how to bring those liver enzymes back to a normal range. And guess what helps with that? Magnesium does. So of course I got him on BioCleanse right away. I have BioCleanse in my house all the time. So we got him on that right away. I also decided he probably needed Slim at this point to just support his liver as well. So he started Slim and Hydrate, which are also, he really loved how Slim and Hydrate made him feel, even with the focus aspect too. And I think a lot of that is due, like he mentioned how he would sometimes forget to hydrate well in the morning. So that was something to focus his hydration in the morning. He was really good about doing that. And again, he's a young adult. It's not like I was checking in just because I wanted to help establish a habit before he went back to college, but I wasn't like making it for him or anything like that. He was responsible for all of those things. So we ordered the MetaBurn as well. And we went ahead and started trying Edge and MetaBurn together. And we found that for day-to-day focus, that worked really well. We also started Vital Biome just for the calming aspect of that. So layering all those together has been a really good for his focus. And just like full disclosure, does it cover everything? When he has a really stressful event, like a test coming up, he gets test anxiety too. And so that's when that medication that he got prescribed may have to come into play. But the way that we have balanced that, and he and I have discussed it a lot, he knows that I've researched it a lot. We've worked really hard to get his gut where it is because of some other things that he dealt with when he was 12. And so he's very conscious about the food he eats and what he's deciding to do for his body. And we both decided that, hey, if we have to go the medication route, we go as minimally as possible. And that's how he's addressing that. He's using Edge and MetaBurn and some of those other things for the regular day-to-day. And when he needs to, he'll bring in the medication just minimally. Because again, if you are helping someone who has ADD or ADHD and they're trying to get off a medication, those meds are hard on your gut. They do decrease certain gut bacteria, and they're also quite addictive. So, most people are looking to get off of those. The other thing I would say from Edge and MetaBurn is they both have caffeine in them. So when I'm sharing them with anyone else, I do make sure that I mention that they have how much caffeine they have in them so that they can make a wise choice about when in the day they're taking them. Like for my son, when we were adding up how many grams of caffeine he was getting. And is it grams or milligrams? I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. But anyway, we were adding it up. And when he realized how much he was getting with the Edge and the MetaBurn, he kind of decided to cut out his morning coffee. Coffee is kind of a every once in a while thing now, just because he's like, hey, just if I do that, it's like having a heavy duty energy drink. And it was a little too much. So I was, again, proud of him for paying attention to his own body and just how much caffeine he needed for his body as well. So that's the biggest thing. Again, if I'm mentioning Edge and MetaBurn to someone, I do try to make sure that if they're on antidepressants or anything like that, I mention that it's wise to talk to their doctor and just be sure that they're discussing that to be sure that the serotonin balance stays where it needs to be. But that wasn't an issue for my son, so we were able to start right on it in the summer. And he, as just a feedback of how it really did work. His semester, this fall semester, grades improved dramatically, like huge. So between the accommodations and finding the right combo, much better experience at school.
Reba, thank you so much for sharing. What an incredible reminder for all of us to really cast the vision for longer than a month, longer than 2 months, longer than 3 months for our customers, and to continue to grow trust and relationship with them so that we can help them like Reba has helped her son. Do you know what I mean? Our products work, and it's a very good reminder. I'm closing somebody tonight, and she has a myriad of health issues, and it's a good reminder for me to pop back in there and just say, hey, I'm not sure that this is the combo that you are going to be on for the next 6 months. I know we've talked about at least 6 months. I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of tweaking. Are you open to that? Can I help you with your subscriptions every month? Can I message you on Fridays? All those things I think can really help us continue to build trust with our relationships, trust with our friendships, and get our customers their very best results. That is very, very encouraging. Tell your son we're so happy for him. Congratulations on an incredible fall semester. Okay, thanks, Reba. We're on to Joanna Savin. Do you guys see her? There she is. Hi, friend. Thank you so much for popping on with us tonight. She corrected me, by the way. She is not a mother of 7. Oh, no. She's a mother of 8. And I was like, you're going to need to correct your bio. And I'm also going to need to learn to count because I can see your children all lined up here. You guys, the last time I saw Joanna was actually in September. We were both in Mayacoba, Mexico, at the Banyan Tree Resort. And I don't know if you remember this, lady, but oh yeah, we accidentally met up at the Thai food restaurant that one night, and the downpour started, and it's like in the middle of the jungle, and it was literally like Jurassic Park, driving back in the little cart to our little villas. It was magical, and that food was so good. Okay, Joanna, take it away. We cannot wait to hear from you, and thank you for joining us tonight.
I think that golf cart ride was seriously meant to be. And I wanted to say hi to Brenda. She's literally one of my favorite people in the world. When I was at Jewel training, you guys, she was my Jewel trainer. So I will always look up to her. And I just think she's very inspiring. So, but yes, I am going to talk to you guys tonight about recruiting and duplication. Is that okay? I know a thing about it because on average, I sign about 30 customers a month and I help my team, just rank up. This is just what I love to do and I'm really passionate about it. So we're going to talk about that and we're going to talk about creating gold legs. But yes, that was a fabulous introduction. My name is Joanna Slave and I am a Diamond Ambassador. I'm from St. Charles, Minnesota. It's a really small town of about 3,000 people. My husband, Josh, is also a Diamond Ambassador. He does work the business with me. He does a lot of our leadership training, our coaching, things like that. So we both, we work on our strong suits. Like he was in military, so he's really good at leadership. I'm really good at recruitment and customer care and things like that. And we do have 7 children. And my son, that's 22, he is actually a Sapphire ambassador with the company. He went Emerald the month before he turned 19. So that is really fun too. So this really is a family business for us and we just love it. All my kids, my 2-year-old can even read the word Plexus. So we're just a little nuts when it comes to that. But you're all probably thinking, you're probably wondering, wow, we have, a double diamond family. Or maybe you're just thinking, wow, we have 8 kids and we truly are just nuts. But before I started Plexus, you guys, I was a daycare provider. I watched 12 kids for 12 hours a day. I really did love what I loved what I did. But it was just super exhausting. I had no energy left at the end of the day and to clean the house, to do homework, just to cook supper or to do any of those things. And after I started Plexus, I was feeling really great. But of course, I had no intentions of selling ever, just like 98% of the people probably on this call, right? Because I already had one successful business. Like with my daycare, I even had like the 12 passenger van. Like when I do something, I go all in and I just do it all the way. I had enough on my plate, but I quickly saw potential with Plexus that I just knew that I needed to get on board. So I got to work, I started growing my customer base and I grew it really fast. It didn't take me long to realize that Plexus was going to be able to check all of those boxes that I had always dreamed of. Guys, I dreamed of this. I come from a family of 14 kids. We grew up in a 3-bedroom house. This was a dream. Like I wanted to break that mold. So I just decided I was going to go all in and I wanted to create the very first legacy family that Plexus ever had. I was like, I am going to do this. So as our business grew, my husband was able to quit his job as a truck driver. During this time, our oldest son, he was building his business while attending college full time. And like I said, Zach is now a Sapphire ambassador. But yeah, our work is not done. Our goal is to be a triple diamond family this year. So you're probably wondering, how did we do all of this, right? You're like, this is like a magical unicorn potion type thing. I promise we really did work hard and actually I just love it. I still every day show up to my business. But how do we do this? First, we're going to talk about recruiting. You guys, you have to be talking to people. Ask yourself just right now, how many people did you talk to today, just today, about gut health? Like how many people? How many continued conversations do you have around gut health? Because this is the core value of what Plexus is. These are the 2 biggest questions that you want to be answering yourself every single day is, having those conversations around gut health. So I'm actually going to give you a little bit of stuff you can take away from this call too, of just some daily simple activities that I will give to some of my new people that are just starting out. Here's a list, because everybody wants a list. They're like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So I made a list of daily simple activities that I give to people just to make sure they're doing these things every single day. And, because my goal is I want to create a fast start silver in 2 hours, so we're going to do all these things, right? You want to have at least 3 conversations every single day with people about gut health. Every day, post in your story at least once a day. You guys, yesterday I dropped a video in my story it was just about the pink drink. It was 8 seconds long. I didn't drop anything else in my story. It was super lame, because there was nothing else. I had somebody message me off of that video and she goes, how can I get this? I'm like, oh my gosh, but I just put something in my story just to do it. And it actually I got a customer last night at 11 o'clock at night. Send birthday messages. Do you guys send people messages on their birthdays? I will get customers from that. I don't do a lot of cold messaging, but I do send people birthday messages, and I trickle Plexus into their birthday message. So I will get people that will respond to that. And they're like, hey, give me the info on this. And if you do want my birthday message, I'm happy to drop it in the chat or send it when I'm done. To your friends list, add 25 new friends every single day. If you're not at 5,000 friends, you're still working, you're still increasing your friends list. So what I mean is, like, go to like a local group that you're in. Maybe you're in like a local garage sale group or a local preschool group or whatever it is, and just start adding some of those people, because they're obviously local to you, right? So you probably already have some mutual friends and mutual connections, and Facebook won't flag you and put you in Facebook jail for that, because they're local people that should know you. So add 25 new friends each day. And then you guys have like a team customer care page, like a testimony group. Add 25 people to that every single day, because that way they're getting dripped and they can see those testimonies. And that's just some really good stuff that we want to plug them into. And then obviously keeping a list. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep a list. You guys, I mostly just use the notes in my phone. That keeps me, I have everything super organized right there. But as soon as you talk to somebody about Plexus, they're somewhat interested, their name goes on a list. So that way you remember to follow up with them maybe in 2 weeks. It is super important. So I will sort my list just by September, October, November, December, and I will just add people to that list every time I talk to them about Plexus. And now today I had a little bit of time. I'm going to people that I talked to in November. I'm going back to that list and I'm saying, hey, we chatted about Plexus in the past. I want to let you, BK, I see your face. It is just so cute. That's just how I sort my list. I just every single month, I just have a growing list, and that way you can go back, because I cannot tell you how the follow-up is, the fortune is in the follow-up. You want to be the one that opens the door and start the conversation about gut health. Don't let me take that away from you, or another diamond, or somebody else. Like, you do that. Those are your friends. You don't want your friends to go with somebody else. You don't want them to order from Amazon or eBay or anything like that. If all you're doing is posting about Plexus and you're not messaging people, they're getting all the information that they need, and they can just go buy it on Amazon. So posting is great, that's good, but that is not the key. The key is being active in Messenger. I love to wake up to 100 unread messages every single morning. I feel like I'm like 300 messages a day. Like, being busy in Messenger is where the magic is, and that is what is going to move the needle, is having those conversations, sending birthday messages, sending follow-up messages, messaging your team, just sending somebody a message, say, hey, I've been thinking about you today. It doesn't always have to be about Plexus, but being active in Messenger is really what is going to help. Everybody's like, oh, I made a post today. That's great. And you should be making a post, because you want people to see that you're being consistent in your business and you haven't quit. But if somebody doesn't comment on your post, that's okay. It's just like basically your storefront. So I do have a message idea that I do give to my team. I'll actually just drop it in the chat if you guys want me to. It's super simple. You're like, just bring it on here. So this is the message that I give to my team. We're not pushy or anything like that, because at Plexus we're not like that. But, just kind of asking them if you're able to, present the opportunity to them. And this right here is your first touch point. just because they might say no, but no doesn't mean forever. It just means not right now. So, don't write that person off unless they blocked you and said, never talk to me again. That would be like a firm no. That would be like a hard no for me. I would be like, okay, I'll respect those boundaries. But again, lists will help you feel organized. And as far as like your posting, obviously making at least one personal post about Plexus, how it's helped you, how it's helped your family, what you love about Plexus, how it fits in your day. If you go to my wall, I post a lot about Plexus and I don't ever feel bad about it because people they just know that's what I do. But I don't post a lot of testimonies. And the reason I do that is because I feel like when you're posting testimonies, one, a lot of times they're not compliant. That's why we have our testimony group. We want to add people to our testimony group so they can see this stuff in there because we do really want to protect Plexus. Obviously, we want to share that information with them, but it's better to create curiosity with people. I will post a before and after of somebody, and I'll be like, this is my friend Julie. Look what she achieved in 4 months. Who wants to know how she did this? You guys, I will have so many people comment on my post. They'll be like, send me the info, send me the info. What'd she do? But if I'm just going to put it all out there, they're not going to comment because I gave them all the info already, right? So always create curiosity. Keep your post just really short. Nobody wants to read a book. I don't know about you, but I'm just always scrolling all the time. So, definitely create curiosity with your posts, and it's just really easy to do. But then get them in your testimony group. Use the ATM method. You're going to add, you're going to tag, you're going to message, and then keep that list of people. And this is how I'm always keeping people in my funnel and, getting those 30 some people a month that I recruit. And you cannot convince me. I will have people that will tell me, they're like, Joanna, I'm doing all the things. You cannot convince me that if you're doing this every single day, you're not signing at least 3 people a month. This is a recipe. If you can't do all of this every day, then just cut it in half, but do all of it. that's just, I know that a lot of people, they can't send, they can't invite 25 friends or whatever, then maybe do 5 or whatever. But the more you do, the faster it's going to get you there. So yeah, we talked about creating curiosity, separate, friends list, categorizing, I'm sorry, your contact list down by the month. That's basically what I do. Just keep it super easy. Don't wait to get organized. Just do it. Just start working. Another thing to remember is I'm going to take up all your time. I'm so sorry. People need to be exposed to something 14 to 18 times before buying. This is why being consistent is so important. I will have somebody post 2 times out of the week and then they don't post again. They're like, but I posted twice, you guys, 14 to 18 times. And that's why I post like crazy. And I think people love my stuff now. I don't know. They're still there. So, if you're posting just once or twice a week, are your friends even seeing it with all of the stuff that's in their feed? Are they even seeing it? That's why I post so much. The trend is sharing things over and over and over so it sinks in. This stuff needs to be dripped. You're not competing with another company's product. Your service and personalization, those are really what people want. This is why you have the upper hand against Amazon and big box stores, which is really exciting because you can make yourself stand out. And so that's really cool. And I will say that one thing on our team, and I always stress, and I'm always stressing, customer care and taking care of your customers and just listening to them, being genuine and, complimenting people. I think that, that just really, people just love that and letting them talk too. So, but you guys, customers, they do want to see proof on social media. So that's why posting is really important. But getting people in Messenger is, that's going to move the needle a lot faster in sending those messages. When I have somebody that tells me, hey, I sent 3 messages today, I'm like, that's great. If your goal really is to be a diamond, start, go until Facebook blocks you. Go until Facebook puts you in Facebook jail. I cannot tell you how many times I've been in Facebook jail. If you're in Facebook jail, you are working hard and I am so proud of you. Like, you should get this shirt that I have because it's just awesome. That's just, you're just a hustler, like slay. I love the word slay. It's my word, but you guys never forget that gut health and blood sugar, they're essential for everyone. We are the sickest, most overweight, most over-medicated nation on the planet, and Plexus helps with all of those. And this is why I share. I don't have diabetes, I don't have RA, but I still share about it because it can help others, and it most definitely has. So if you're waiting to have your own testimony, don't wait. Like, we have testimonies that to help others. So, another thing I like to think of, if someone's house was on fire, would you give them a fire extinguisher and share it with them? Of course you would. Everybody's bodies are on fire and they need us to help them. So never think you're being pushy. I always think you're helping people. And I think that's amazing because that's what we do here at Plexus. Um, all right, so I got a little bit more for you, some more business stuff. But okay. Now, as far as like duplication with your team, it's so important to let your customers know what is on the table. And this conversation is so easy to have. Do you guys feel like it's hard to ask your customers, like, hey, do you want to share? Is that kind of a hard conversation to have? Well, it really isn't. And I will tell you what, when I was a daycare provider and I found out that I could make money with this, like all my friends were signing up with other people in my town. And I was like, well, hey, I mean, if they can order for me, my first paycheck was $152. And that literally changed everything for me. So that's why if you're not letting people know what's on the table, I mean, maybe they do want to assign 6 friends this month and earn $800. Like, are you kidding me? That is such good money. That is so awesome. I love this message idea, and I'll drop it in the chat. So basically what I do is when I'm having a conversation with a customer, they're feeling good, they're having some great non-scale victories, they've lost a few pounds. This is basically what I'll say to them. I'll say, hey, I realize we never talked about Plexus as an additional source of income, but since you're having such amazing results, would you be open to hearing how you can share with a few friends and start earning your products for free? Most of the time they're like, well, yeah, share that info with me. I'm actually going to drop that in the chat real quick right now. So then you guys can just use that. It's no pressure. And sometimes they'll say no thanks. That's fine. And that's fine. They can be a happy customer. But I will ask them that. And then from there, you're probably like, they say yes. And then like, what do you do from there? A lot of times I'll just talk to them about, what I do is, if I give them a simple message idea, would they be willing to start sending it out? And then we will have a messenger party for them. So I have a gal right now. I offered her a messenger party. Or I said, do you want a message idea where we can just do 3-way chats? And she said, I want to do 3-way chats with you. I said, perfect. So I gave her a message idea and I said, start with letter A and just start going down your friends list until you get in Facebook jail. No, but really, she's probably sending out 50 messages a day, which is really, really easy. You just copy and paste and change their name. That really doesn't take a whole lot of time. But so I will either offer them, you can do 3-way chats with me, you can have a messenger party, but I also have a script that I wrote up that walks you through an entire conversation. I could give it to a brand new person and they could follow it because it really does work just to follow it. So sometimes people don't always want to do 3-way chats. I'll say, well, here, say this next, say this next, say this next, because what I'm doing is I'm using our resources. I'm using Plexus videos and I'm using graphics and things like that. And I'm just keeping things really, really simple. I think a lot of people, what they do in our conversations is they're just telling people too much and they're getting overwhelmed and confused. And, imagine if you were wanting to buy a mascara, and you go to the store, if somebody shows you 100 options, I just want somebody to tell me what's the best thing for me. Just tell me what I need, right? And just make the decision for them and just make it really easy because we know what they need. They all need the triplex. So that, I know that it's 8:30. I was going to talk about the 4x4 formula, but time is up. So I can just stop right there if you would like me to do that. But one thing I want to leave you with is everything reduces by the amount of effort. When people aren't wanting accountability, they aren't doing all the things. If you're feeling stuck, it's simply because you have a blind spot. It could be in your belief, your leadership, your activity level, how you work the business. So pushing out of your comfort zone is your signal in what is keeping you where you don't want to be. So, and really another thing I like to kind of think of, like, where is your roof leak? Like if you're not growing, figure out where your roof leak is. And, I have some great coaching questions I will ask people to help them figure out their roof leak. I one time had a gal, she said, I'm doing all the things. We got through the first 3 coaching questions and there were 3 roof leaks right there that we had found. And, so we had her working on those, but I was helping her figure that out so we could try to fix that. You can do this in addition to a full-time job. It's not meant to stress you out. This will seep into all the things, that you that you are avoiding. But just like any commission type job, when you work this business, things happen. This isn't a spectator sport. So there you go. You're muted. BK.
I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Do you want to stop or do you want to keep going? Because people are saying keep going, but I
Oh my
also
gosh.
don't want to keep too long.
Oh my gosh, you're funny. Well, the last thing I did skip two things. You know, another thing I was going to cover is, you guys may know about this, but the formula for going gold. And we actually talk about this on our diamond sprints, and I just love this. So the formula for going gold is add 4 level 1s and develop each one of them by helping 4. So me plus 3 covers the cost of their products. When you think of business building, start thinking in 4s. If you say to people, hey, listen, let's go ahead and find you 4 people, this is actually going to get them to gold. And you notice how I didn't say anything about points, nothing about 100 points, because points mean nothing if you're brand new. It's 4 by 4. So you're going to help them get 4 friends, and then those 4 friends are going to find 4 friends. And then you know what's cool about that is you've just created 4 leader legs, and you're going to become a 4-star diamond. So if you start this over every month, I mean, who doesn't want to be on the yacht, right? If you start this over every month and you backfill, your notion should be to build gold legs. So that's just a really simple method. If you think of, 4 by 4, I'm going to help my customer get 4 friends, and then, her friends sign 4 friends, and that's just going to help you create gold legs. But this will create stable income for you and your family, and you can share this process with your accountability partners, help them find 4 friends, and, just see who would like to find 4 customers. If they're doing all these things, then, definitely the 4 by 4 formula, it really works. And another thing too, if you're not getting the no's, you're just not doing enough work, plain and simple. Go for those no's. When we were when I was with my daughter, we were at the mall, we were selling Girl Scout cookies. I told her, I said, go for those no's, like celebrate those no's. If this was a long time ago, we don't do that anymore. But and that's okay. Don't feel sad about it. Like, hey, you got to know that's good. You're doing the work. You're going to get some yeses in there, but go for those no's. Just put the expectation as to go for no. And that's like when I do messenger parties for my customers, I tell them, I say, we're going to have this messenger party. If you don't have anybody that signs up, that's okay. Because what this is going to do is this is going to get you in the habit of messaging. And this is, they're going to get some yeses for their party. But you know what they've got? They've got a follow-up list, because it takes, it can take a few times for people to say yes. So a messenger party is great exposure. They've got this follow-up list. If somebody does sign up, that's great. I always tell them that's a bonus. But, I set the expectation at, this is what it's going to be. A lot of times we will develop a fast start silver that night, but it's really going to come down to, the effort that they put in with sending the messages and trying to get those yeses for that party. And if I have somebody where she's got 5 people in her party, I will tell her, hey, you got to send more messages. If you want me to put in my time, you got to put in your time as well and show me that you're willing to do this because you did say yes to doing this. So and if you want my messenger party, BK, I can definitely add you to my last one. Sometimes they're great and sometimes they're not. But like I said, it just depends on, the work the person is willing to put in to have that party. So that is, and then there was another thing I was going to talk about was virtual sip and sees, but we can just be done.
I love it all. Do you guys love it all? Yeah, the chat is going up. There's like fire going through the chat right now. I wish we could see it go up over the screen. Maybe Zoom needs to kind of get on with the program here. Joanna, that was incredible. I know I am so encouraged. And the list that you gave us, I'm going to put this in our chat afterwards. It really is simple, and trusting the process is going to be everything. I know every single one of you on this call can do the 4 by 4 thing. Who wants to start focusing on that? Who wants to put 4 by 4 on your bathroom mirror and start praying about it, you guys? And what if we went to our customers and told them even about 4 by 4 and showed them what it looks like to be a gold? It just might cause them to start thinking out of their little bubble that they can indeed do this, and it's more simple than they realize. Joanna, you were amazing. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your new tiny baby that I saw you all darling and pregnant with in September. And you guys, I don't know if you realize this, Joanna blessed our team, our Guts and Grace team. We have the most slaying, I'm going to use your word right now, intermittent fasting challenge group. You guys all remember that? You know where I got a lot of that content? This woman right here. We got to do another one. That was huge for the growth.
We should do one next month together. Okay, that's another thing, you guys. Oh my gosh, in our community, I love challenges. This is what I do. So I've been doing like a step challenge at the end of the month for the last 14 days. It's $5 to join. So, and all that money, it goes towards the grand prize. But I love challenges. I'm doing a 6-week weigh-in challenge right now. There's $2,380 in the pot. My son, Zach, he's the one that does all the content and makes the graphics for those, but people love weigh-in challenges. If you're not doing weigh-in challenges, you guys, people love to step on the scale and they love to be held accountable. So those are really great, but we love challenges on our team. I need to do an intermittent fasting challenge again soon. I did lose 92 pounds with intermittent fasting. Nobody taught me how to do that. I kind of figured it out myself, and you've probably seen my before and after, and then maybe what you see, you can like connect the dots, like, oh yeah, that's okay, that makes sense. But yeah, we should do another intermittent fasting one next month. We could definitely do that together. That'd be really fun.
I'm in. Let's chat about it. Yeah, our team loved it. It was incredible. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna wait on Ali Bashan's training, you guys. She has a lot to share, and actually it's gonna give her a little bit more time to meet with us next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central, okay? Have a great day. Have a great night, guys. And I want you to unmute yourselves and just say thank you. Thank you to Reba and to Joanna for sharing with us tonight.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
You're welcome. Thank you.